Chapter 11. We continue as we see Koharu and her boyfriend Ueno standing on a bridge. As she's standing with him, we see her texting another guy telling him that she loves him lots. As she taps away on her phone, we see her boyfriend looking pissed. Now we see the MC picking at the petals of a flower and saying, loves me not. As she's doing this, suddenly someone crushes the flower with their hand. We see that it's Miyu. Seeing her do this scares the MC. He asks her from what point was she watching him. She replies and tells him, from the part when you were talking to Koharu and her seems to be boyfriend. Hearing this scares him because he now knows that she's been following him the entire time. She tells him that she tried to talk to him along the way, but he was muttering, what on earth does love even mean? So poetically, and then he started doing the whole flower fortune-telling thing alone in the park. Hearing this makes the MC think that both of them are scary in their own ways. He tells her, earlier, Koharu said something to me, that when it comes to love, it's better to have many people to like, because that makes you happier. As he tries to continue, Miyu finishes his sentence by saying, and that way, even if you lose someone, it won't hurt so much. Seeing that she even knows this part makes the MC wonder how good is her hearing, Miyu replies, and tells him that they were just loud as fuck, so it was easy to hear from that far away. Even though she tried to keep her voice down, she was still pretty loud. Hearing this worries the MC as he wonders, wouldn't this be bad if her boyfriend Ueno heard that? Miyu continues and says that if they take Koharu's words literally, she must have been deeply hurt by losing someone she loved. The MC takes a guess and says, like getting dumped? Miyu replies, and says, normally, yes, but what if the person she loved vanished? She says this with a heavy heart. She continues and says, in that case, however, it usually wouldn't be easy to move on to the next one, and it'd be even harder to move on to many people. At least, that's all I can say. Hearing her say this worries the MC. He tries to talk about the real Miyu, but she suddenly stops him and asks him to call Koharu quickly and answer her confession. Hearing this shocks him. He panics and asks her if she saw what just happened and she still wants him to accept Koharu's confession. Miyu replies and tells him the sooner the better, and asks him if he needs more time to think. He looks worried as he tells her that he has no intention of becoming Koharu's 12th boyfriend. Miyu tells him that he should know that Koharu's boyfriend, Ueno, is the only person who can prove her alibi. Since their conversation was overheard, if they get into a fight, the MC might never see Ueno again. The MC replies and says, it's true that no matter how many people she dates, even if they're all at the same time, even if her boyfriend can forgive her cheating, she should keep that truth to herself. As they are talking about this, the MC's phone starts ringing. He sees that it's Koharu who's calling him. As soon as he picks the call, he hears Koharu screaming and asks him if he's interested in going out with him. Hearing this shocks him and leaves him confused. She once again screams and tells him that she wants the answer as soon as possible. Now we see her sweating and crying as she screams, actually, I don't care if you're my boyfriend or not, 'cause I'm in really big trouble right now. As she says this, we see her standing on the railing of the bridge. The MC gets worried and asks her what happened and what's the big trouble she's in. As Koharu looks scared, she tells the MC that she's in front of the park information desk. It's the bridge near where she met him and Miyu the other day. For some reason, Ueno is very upset with her and she wants help. As she says this, the phone cuts. The MC and Miyu see the phone and go silent as they get worried. The MC immediately starts moving as he says that he has to help her. Miyu hangs on to him as she tries to stop him. Miyu asks him if this is the effect of the dead childhood friend, or is it the real Yuushin-kun's will? He hesitates and says no. He looks unsure as he says, if being hypocrite makes you do good things, so be it. He runs off as he tells Miyu that he just can't leave someone pleading for help like that. As he runs away, Miyu sounds annoyed as she tries to stop him. Miyu looks troubled as she thinks that her body seems a little poisoned too. This is way too hard for her to keep it from dying. Now we see on the other side as the call ends. As the call ends, we hear Ueno say, and that was the last one. As he says this, he throws the phone off the bridge and says that this phone now has no use. Seeing him throw her phone away shocks Koharu. She stands on the railing as she looks scared and feels bad about her phone. Ueno doesn't feel sorry for her as he says, that's for constantly tippy-tapping whilst with your boyfriend. If you try anything, you're next. Ueno has emotionless eyes as he asks, that guy's one of your other boyfriends, huh? Koharu realizes he's talking about the MC and tells him that it's not like that. She tries to say something, but Ueno doesn't let her speak and asks her what did she mean by it not being cheating. He looks at her with hate and says, "None of your boyfriends will listen to you when they find out. You even called Mr. Let me think about it," and calls her an idiot, and laughs. He calls her pathetic as he says that he doesn't think anyone wanted to find out this way. As he says this, Koharu says, "That's terrible." She starts crying real hard as she tells him that she's not like them, they only have one person they love, and asks him why did he tell them the truth. She cries harder and says, "Of course they'll all be hurt by that. That's even worse, you know." Hearing her say this confuses Ueno. He sounds confused as he asks her what the hell is she talking about. She tells him that she truly loves everyone. He tells her that she's supposed to be the one in the wrong here, and then she suddenly gets angry at him for no reason. Ueno loses his patience and tries to push her off the bridge as he tells her to shut up with her excuses and jump already as an apology. He tells her that he'll take a video and send it to her ex-boyfriends. She tells him to not do it and screams for any of her boyfriends to come help her. As this is happening, we see the MC running towards them. As the MC is going to them, he hears Ueno say her boyfriends aren't around anymore and calls her a cheating bitch. The MC screams and tells Ueno to stop right there. Seeing the MC there makes Koharu very happy, while Ueno gets shocked. He looks at the MC and says, "Mister, let me think about it," in confusion. The MC tells him to please stop calling him Mister. Let me think about it. The MC continues and says, "I'm not here to save Koharu because I'm still thinking about. I'm her friend." Before he could say friend, Ueno punches him in the stomach. As the MC falls on the ground while holding his stomach and thinking that he'd be dead if he hadn't trained his abs, Ueno tells him that he's super pissed right now and says, "Come at me and I'll hit you." Hearing this makes the MC say, "You already hit me." Ueno looks at Miyu and gets surprised as he says, "What the hell is wrong with you guys popping up one after another?" She replies and tells him that she's Koharu's friend of a friend. He asks her, "Isn't that a little confusing?" Ueno looks cautious as he says, "Don't tell me you're also here to save her." Before he could finish this, Miyu looks serious as she says, "Indeed, I'm here to save you." Hearing this shocks the other three. And this is how this chapter ends. Hope you all enjoyed. Please like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment. Thank you